Hello, it's Mike with Big T LLC, the maker of the scent transfer unit. I'm going to give you a little demo today on how this operates. So the first thing you want to do is open your box, pull out the pieces. This is your vacuum unit. This is what actually pulls the scent onto the pad. The next piece is your hood. This is what holds the pad that collects the scent. So this hood is relatively new. So in order to get it to lock on good, I'll place it on the tabletop, press it until I feel it click, pull on it to make sure it's on, then I'll hang it on the front of the box. At this point, we're going to clean it before we use it to make sure that the sample that we get is completely pure. So we clean with alcohol. A lot of people use the small prep pads, but they just take too much time and you have to use too many of them. So we use the larger alcohol pads. You're going to want to clean the hood really well, rubbing all the surfaces with alcohol. Give it just a minute to dry. Then you're going to take your Teflon pad holder and do the same thing. We're going to clean it all the way around. Then you're going to take your sterile gauze pad, put the blue line facing down into the pad holder. Install your pad securing device. It just goes under the four corners. It's flexible, so you'll be able to bend it and put it under there. At this point, we have everything put together exactly the way you're going to use it in the field. Now, if you're taking samples in a laboratory, you probably have yours stored in a glass jar. Ours is just in a bag. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it, and because it's small, we can set it right on top of the vacuum unit. The vacuum unit has a plug on the side of it. It's a 12-volt plug. It's got a self-contained battery in it. So we'll just vacuum this in a laboratory setting 30 to 45 seconds. If you're vacuuming out in the field where you have wind and a change in temperature, you're going to want to do it for a minute. So we'll just cut it on. Okay, I'm not going to let this run for 45 seconds and run 45 seconds off of this. We're going to store this back where it was. We now have the scent on the pad for training dogs with. We're going to remove this, set it to the side. We're going to take the pad, fold it up onto itself, place the pad into whatever container you're going to use. We use freezer weight Ziploc bags. When I seal it up, I just press all the air out of it. And now you can label that however it is that you're going to label it, so that you know what this sample is, when it was taken, and what the source was. So once we get that done, we just take everything back apart. Store it back in the box. And we'll talk about the charging unit. This is the charging unit for the battery. When you plug it in, it will highlight the different kinds of batteries that are available on the open market. So it is set right now for an AGM battery. If you get a different kind of battery when the juice runs out of yours, you're going to need to look at the manual, which has it written also in Italian and about 12 different other languages. So you just look at this, press this button, it will move the charging unit back and forth to different modes. Just lock it in the one that you use. Something on the vacuum unit, we have a hook. That is for hanging it on the box, so that if you need to vacuum something small, you can actually go out to a tree, put this together and vacuum the tree. But to do something small, we just put a hook on to hang it on the box, to make it a little simpler, so you know, if you're doing it by yourself, you have an extra set of hands. So that pretty much explains it, with the exception of the pads. We use a Johnson & Johnson SteriPad 5x9. You cannot use the ones that have the non-stick stuff placed on them, because it won't allow the air to flow through. So just make sure you get just plain SteriPads. Alcohol is going to be up to you, whatever pads you want to use. But it's pretty simple, and that is the way that we do it.